What makes you feel like a puppy?
Man, enthusiasm, like that's the word that comes to mind. Like every time I see a puppy, it's just like it's just constantly eager to play. It's enthusiastic, and puppies are the best part I love about puppies is they can play alone and they can play with you. Right? They're just so excited. Like if you don't play with the puppy, it's not like the puppy's going to sulk all day. It's going to find some way or the other to play. It's going to play with a butterfly. It's going to play with a fly. And if you jump in, well, definitely, it's just like one of the things. It's like my dogs would always invite me to play games. People would be like, "Have you taught your dog any tricks?" And I'd be like, "Are you kidding me? I don't teach my dog tricks. My dog teaches me tricks."
Yeah, this reminds me of a tweet I'm trying to find that um was saying I found that the happiest people I know are just fascinated by everything. Um, yeah.
it's
Well,
it's yeah, it's such a that's one of the things that's like the secret to eternal youth, right? Just being constantly amused and amazed by everything around you is almost like it feels like that's the secret of youth, right? Because that's the beauty of youth. You're born, you don't know anything, everything around you is new and amazing. And as you grow, you start getting answers and you start thinking that, oh, I know this, I got this, right? And the more you know, the more you feel that feeling like, oh, I got this, I know what's happening around me, I know how the world works, I know how things work, I know why this is happening. The more I get answers, the less curious I become and the more cynical. I wouldn't push it that far, but eventually that's where it borders towards. You're just like, you know, life is
yeah,
not
it
all
reminds
that.
me of the beginner's mindset, expert mindset dichotomy, where in the beginner's mindset, there's so many possibilities. In the expert mindset, there's one. This is the recipe. This is the way the world works.
Yeah,
And it loses that open-mindedness that um, we cherish.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh, what what brings out your enthusiasm?
And I really don't know if it's externally motivated because I just find that more often than not, it's just something that just snap and just like it, just like gets me jumping up. I'm just like all of a sudden I spring up. It's like one of those eureka moments, and I'm just like, ah, I gotta, so
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's more physical, like even that
Okay.
that cognitive enthusiasm. Let me do something, let me play a game, let me read something, let me write something, even that creative enthusiasm. I feel like it comes from a place that is more physical. It's my body. It's like this internal sense. I feel like if I'm well rested, well fed, well, just well nourished as a human being physically, like that's the base layer. And if that's not happening, like I can substitute with coffee just to amp it up from the outside, right? But it's quite not quite the same.
Yeah. I don't really know what I'm talking about when it comes to neuroscience, but I have been listening to the Human Lab, which is a
Uh-huh.
podcast
Yeah.
about like science-based insights and science-based tools to live a better life. And they say something about uh dopamine states, because dopamine is a neuromodulator, which means it has more of a chemical effect on your body than other um, neurotransmitters, which is like uh, cortisol or serotonin. Actually, no, serotonin might be a neuromodulator as well. But so they talk about how you can't always be in a high
Hmm.
dopamine state. Like you can't always be at the peak. But if you raise your baseline with these tools that he talks about, um, that is how you can live a happier life. Um, what, but that also means your peaks will be less enjoyable because your baseline is
Hmm.
closer to your peak. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I
I
I
guess
think, yep,
for me, it's just like I think like I'm just living like a plant. Like if I get enough light, enough air, enough sunshine, right, enough food to
yeah,
eat, I just feel happy. So like
yeah,
my the way of I break raise my baseline is just like living like a plant. I just make
yeah,
sure I get enough sunlight. Like the first thing I do when I wake up is go up to the roof, get enough sunlight. Just wake up. I'm lucky. I live in a tropical country, so I have plenty of sunlight, and
that's
and
that's
I
so cool because
dance.
that's like that's what like his advice is. Like it's cool that you
Oh,
yeah, he's like, so the best way to get yourself in like a high dopamine state is through getting sunlight early and like catching the sunset. Which is it's like it reminds me of like these ancient teachings on how to live a better life. And now science is confirming some of what they're saying, like with vibrations and stuff. Um, yeah.